While waking up to a spotless house or hundreds of pounds worth of deliveries might sound like a dream come true, it's actually stuff of nightmares for our next guests.
Yes, Kellie Knipes and Anita Armitage both suffer from parasomnia, a disorder which causes them to do a whole host of things in their sleep, including shopping and cleaning.
Yes, well, what causes this worrying condition? Well, we're joined by sleep expert Sophie Bostock alongside sufferers Kellie and Anita. Welcome to you all. Good morning. Sophie, I'm going to start off with you because until I read my brief in the car on the way here this morning, I'd actually never heard of parasomnia. What is it?
OK, so parasomnia is a name given to a whole family of different disorders which involve abnormal behaviours during sleep, and they're always caused by faulty transitions between the different stages of sleep or between sleep and wakefulness. So it's often about actually wakefulness intruding into your normal sleep.
It sounds quite scary, I must say.
Yeah.
So what causes it? How can you prevent it?
So often it's because we're actually quite sleep deprived. So there'll be part of our brain trying to hang on to deep sleep and part of your brain has kind of woken up and you've got this kind of faulty transition going on. But otherwise it could be down to stress, it could be caffeine, could be alcohol, or there may be another sleep disorder which is underlying it.
Sorry.
Well, I imagine if you're suffering from it like Kellie and Anita, you're always sort of going to be sleep deprived because you're sort of in a vicious circle, aren't you?
So good routine sleep patterns can be really helpful, but I'm sure that that's something that these guys have also tried.
Yeah. Is it in the same family, I just need to quickly ask, as sleep paralysis?
So sleep paralysis is slightly different. So that's where you can wake up feeling absolutely terrified that you can't move. So normally during dream sleep, which is REM sleep or rapid eye movement sleep, there's a switch in the brain that stops your body from moving. And in sleep paralysis, you've kind of woken up, but actually the switch that stops you moving is still there, so you can't move. But it usually
I get that when I'm tired.
Very temporary. And yeah, absolutely. When you're extra tired, it can become more
These
common.
things trigger. Well, Anita, let's start off with you because you've both got different stories. You used to sleepwalk occasionally when you were a teenager.
Yeah.
And then, how do you get from that point to now?
I guess, so in life you get lots more stresses and pressures, and it's that wouldn't let my mind kind of switch off. So as I got older, my sleepwalking and talking got progressively worse.
And what do you experience now? Now, what level has it got to now?
Really bad. Most nights I'm out of the bed, not so much cleaning these days, but I'm conscious that I'm walking around the house all night. So when I wake up, I am truly exhausted.
So take us back to when you were cleaning. So you said that maybe that was a worry that you lived quite a busy lifestyle, you didn't get time to do as much cleaning as you'd like, and then you would kind of wake up in the morning to a spotless house, which sounds like, to me, amazing. but obviously...
Yeah, give us it.
Yeah, I know. What is this superpower? But obviously for you, you wake up exhausted, I imagine.
Totally, absolutely. And then I've got, you know, my work ahead of me for the whole day and just trying to manage that. But, yeah, just be completely exhausted.
Is the only way, because we were talking about this before, is the only way you know that you've cleaned during your sleep, you wake up and the house has been messy and suddenly it's clean and you're like, oh, I must have done this when I slept?
I've got a bit of a recollection of sort of a light on when I'm, you know, and some actions if I'm ironing, a little bit of recollection. But, yeah, the house is spotless when I wake as well.
So what have you done to try and combat it? Because I know you went to your GP and that was quite a frustrating experience.
Yeah, they just wanted to give me sleeping tablets, so I have no problem sleeping. It's actually keeping me in the bed that's the problem. So I have hypnotherapy quite regularly, so I'm just starting a course of hypnotherapy again, just to try and clear the stress bucket, manage the sort of stress and worry that's obviously going in my head at night to keep myself in the bed.
And is that working, or...?
Yeah, it really does. As soon as you've had one session, you do notice the difference, but you have to keep on top of that. You know, I've got a recording to listen to at home. I go and see Dipti quite regularly, Dipti Tate, who's been on your show. She's brilliant, and she's really helped me.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Are you kind of embarrassed or worried for your family that they're going to get scared? Like when you're cleaning during the middle of the night?
Yeah, I feel sorry that I've kept them up at night and that their sleep is then broken.
So you're making noise when you're cleaning things?
Yeah, totally.
You ever walk into the room and like start hoovering with the lights on?
No.
That would petrify somebody, right?
But when they're asleep, you know, poking them on the arm, wanting to have a full-on conversation, reenacting meetings at work.
Because it's enough when you have, like, when we were sort of sleep training my toddler, and, you know, I've been in a situation where I've woken up and she's been over me, and that's terrifying.
That's quite...
Michelle does that. She literally puts her hands over the sun, stares in my face. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
She just checking your behaviour.
What's that? She's checking if it's me.
So, yeah, I do that as well. Stand on the bed and look down. It's very strange.
But serious things that could be worrying, i.e. like getting your car keys when you are asleep, or...
I've almost done that.
That's
stopped.
It's very dangerous and scary.
Yeah.
Kelly, I know that's something that you were quite worried about.
Yeah,
Tell us a little bit about your
advised not to
story.
drive. Yeah. Basically, I sleepwalked as a child only a few times.
Which is very common. A lot of
Yeah,
children do.
it is. It wasn't an issue. I knocked for my friend to play out when I was little.
No. Oh, my goodness.
Did you?
Yeah.
Like in the middle of the night?
Yeah, yeah. You know, so it was only one or two occasions as a child, and then it kind of subsided. And then it became, when I was an adult, I was single mum with my son, and he was quite poorly. And then I started sleepwalking quite a bit. And I was leaving the house. I'm on a ground floor flat as well, so I was opening my doors, my windows. I didn't feel I could tell anyone really because of the situation. I was at home with my son. I just thought that, you know, people might think I'm in danger.
Yes,
you know, I was really scared.
Yeah, of course.
So I didn't really say anything for a while. And then I had 2 more children, and quite stressful. They've got complex needs. And the stress was quite a lot. And that's when I started sleep shopping.
Sleep shopping.
So you've ordered quite a few things. I know I just saw earlier a basketball hoop arrived to your house.
Yeah,
one day.
it's like a full-size one as well.
And did you not
Big
realise
lorry.
you had done that during your sleep
No.
until that thing turned up?
Not that one. No, that turned up with the men with their clipboard for me to sign. I was like, what is
So
this?
as these big things turning up, you're like, I don't
And
know what this is. I must have
lots
ordered it
of
when I'm asleep.
sweets,
Sometimes I get
is
the
that right?
confirmation. Yeah, like the sweet one, I didn't look at my email until the next day, and I'd seen that confirmation, your order's on its way. My order, and it was £100 worth of Haribo sweets, which my son obviously really loved.
Yeah, of course. So did I.
You reap the
I love a good old
benefits.
jelly sweet.
But you've spent like £3,000
across the
in
years.
shopping sprees on random stuff that you would never normally buy.
Like tins of paint, pepper pots, cookie jars. That was quite me as the man who brings my normal groceries turned up with £58 worth of cookie jars. I was like,
She's on a spree again. But this, I mean, it must, jokes aside, it really must take over your life, because I'm reading here that you were on holiday. Oh no, that's you, Anita. Sorry, you were on holiday, which is a scary thing, in Vegas, and you were sleepwalking in Vegas.
Yeah, about to leave the room naked, but...
Naked. Okay, that bit's not good, but they say gambling's, 50-50 sometimes. So if you did go and gamble, you never know, you could have woke up a
I
lot
love
richer.
that. Always look on the bright side. Yeah. There you go.
Sophie, what I want to ask, when people are, suffering from this and they're cleaning during the middle of the night or they're shopping, their eyes have got to be open because they're finding their way through the house.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Are they awake? And, what is it?
It's a great question, because there is this kind of grey line, and that's the problem. You're partly awake and partly asleep. All of these parasomnias tend to happen during the deepest stage of our sleep. So there is no conscious awareness. Very often people don't remember anything at all. They will have a very vague, potentially a vague recollection. They can't usually hear very well, although they can see, but they tend to operate, do behaviours which are very automated. So something that you might do a lot of. So you can put obstacles in the way to try and make things safer. So, people who eat or shop, put locks on the cupboard doors. You might want to hide your computer away or your phone, whatever you're using. Make sure you don't store your credit card details in your computer if you're prone to this.
It's almost like proofing, isn't it? Like just making sure everything's safe, I guess. If you are living with a partner who does have parasomnia, should you wake them up?
I think that's a really good point, because people often get told don't wake people up if they're sleepwalking. In fact, if they are a threat to themselves, if they are at any risk, it's much better to wake them up than to leave them to do something that they might regret. But just be very aware they will be very groggy. They will be extremely unsettled when you wake them. Some people might become a little bit anxious, maybe potentially a little bit aggressive. So the guidance is usually, if you can, gently take their elbow, lead them back towards the bed, and so that they get back to sleep. They don't remember it. It's usually often worse for the partner, who's incredibly worried.
It's the worry of, are they okay, or...
Yeah.